Hey everybody, Jim and Rebecca here. We wanted to jump in this video that you're seeing right now and just to wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving, a very safe Thanksgiving. We hope all of you get plenty of turkey to eat, ham to eat, mashed taters and gravy to eat, and of course the desserts. Yeah. So
pumpkin pie.
that's Rebecca's favorite, her pumpkin pie and whipped cream. So again, we feel truly blessed to have all of you as part of our Hoosier Adventure YouTube family, and very grateful for all those that we've had the opportunity to meet and shake hands with. And
absolutely.
And so we're very thankful. So everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving, and always remember, please be safe.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hoosier Adventure YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by and watching the video. We greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Glad to have you. And if you're a return subscriber, we greatly appreciate it. So I put out a little short video on a jig that I tied up the other day, just kind of having fun, and I ended up calling it the Fruit Fly Sisters. And I've got one here in the vise to kind of show what we're going to be doing tonight. This is a hackle neck feather jig. It's on a 1/64 ounce Dove Sun round ball sickle hook jig. The sister to it, one of them has a red head, the other one has kind of a darkish green head, and I called it the Sisters. It does really resemble a fruit fly, if you've ever seen one. We're going to be using a cinnamon crystal flash that's got some green, silvers, and yellows and stuff in it that are going to simulate that fruit fly wing. If you know anything about hackle feather, when it gets wet, it gets very, very streamlined, very streamlined. And you know, your early spring, and I'm talking very early spring, and your late fall and into ice fishing season, when the water's cold, you know, the fish become very narcotic. In other words, you know, the metabolism goes way down, their bodies are colder, and so they're not going to chase their meals. You know, they're looking for very, very easy meals. And these 1/64 ounce, 1/80th ounce hackle feather jigs offer that. They get very streamlined in the water, and it's an easy meal. We're doing the UV resin body on this jig, and basically what you can do is you can supercharge this. Now this is a UV drying, but if you took a regular black light and you hit this with a black light, it's going to charge this UV, and then it's going to glow in the water. It's going to glow that crystal green color in the water, and you know that's going to attract it. You know, it's going to get their attention. And then being that everything's so streamlined, you know, then that's what triggers the bait or the bite. So we're gonna tie this jig up here for you folks. I I got a ton of response out of that short video. Like I said, I just playing around, but I'm grateful for that, and got, I don't know, probably 20 or 30 emails on it. So wanting to know how I did it. So this is what we're going to tie up here real quick, and yeah, let's get going. Now I start all of my jigs off the same. You can get you some hard as nail glue, or I use a super glue, a Loctite super glue gel. And the only reason I use this is you know, it does do a very good job of binding the thread to the hook shank, but it's just more convenience for me because I use this stuff for a lot of different things. So instead of buying a whole bunch of different kinds, I buy just this one. Okay. So we're going to use a green thread. This is a 200 denier thread, and that's going to help offset our crystal flash body once we get it on there. We're going to wrap this back right to our hook point, okay? And then we're going to bring it back forward. And that's pretty basic on just about any of your jigs that you're going to tie, okay? And if this is your first time with me and you're just thinking about getting started, or you're just getting started, you know, I'm with you. I've only been doing this for about, it's been a year now. So, so thank you for joining me, and look forward to seeing some of what you do. All right, hackle fella, neck hackle. So this comes from Woods and Water Outdoors, okay? The Dove Sun 1/64 ounce round ball jig heads with the sickle hooks came from Amazon. So I'm going to put the links of everything that I'm using down in the description, and you guys can click on it if you want to make these. And then if you do make some, please send me some photos. I'd love to see them. I truly enjoy that. So when you're cutting your hackle feather, okay, one of the things that we're looking for is proper length, but then how we cut this hackle feather is critically important, because you want to maximize how much material you get out of this. Okay, and if you do it right, you're going to end up with a V. See the V in here? Now we're going to take that hackle feather, we're going to wrap this hackle feather in, and this is the start of our tail section. Now we're stacking. Basically what that means is we're going to be stacking some hackle feather together. So it's important that we use the right method of cutting this hackle feather to get the most out of what we're doing here. And that one jumped clean down here. Okay, so we've got our red hackle feather in there now. It's looking pretty good. All right, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to start bringing in some of this flashaboo. Okay, so I'm going to turn my jig to the side. Okay, now remember, a little bit goes a long way. Okay, we're not looking to over flash the jig. We just want to give it the appearance of you know, the fruit fly wing. Okay. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. We'll give this a little trim. So I'm probably putting on 3 pieces of this at a time. So it's not a whole lot. And I'm already cutting it to length, or as close to length as I can get it. If I can see it. It's just the illusion of the fruit fly wing. So it's very, very subtle. It's a lot harder to do, I promise you, when you got a bunch of lights pointing at you and you're a blind old man. All right. So now what I want to do is, this is where color contrast kind of comes in. And again, we're just going to stack that hackle, black hackle, neck feather in here. And I'm just going to start on one side and then the other. And what I mean by getting the most out of your material is by cutting in that V, you're getting, you know, multiple different layers. So it kind of looks just like this. I'm going to snip it off. Almost dropped that one on the floor. Clean it. Oops. And then we're going to wrap that one right here. The vise will stay put. Now I haven't, because of the weather, I'm being honest with you about this. I haven't been able to get this jig out on the water and do a lot of testing with it. Other than I can tell you that I ran out there in between very cold raindrops the other day and dropped it in the water. And even on a cloudy day, it really had a very loud, very loud, you know, it was eye catcher. Sorry about that. GoPro shut off on me. Okay, so at this point I want to put a whip finish in here. Now you don't have to get carried away with your whip finishes if you're going to use the UV resin glue, because that stuff is just like cement, and it'll really bind everything up. So I put a couple in there just to lock everything down. Now this crystal flash here, I got it on Amazon, so I'll leave the link for it down in the description. And basically, you just want to get you a couple strands of this and just pull it out. Okay? You want to make sure that where you're starting at, that you're as even as you possibly can get it. It's going to make it easier for you to tie it in. And I like to start on the side. And then I want to make sure I got it tied and locked in right back at the base of the tail section of the jig, okay? And then basically we're ready to wrap it in, okay? And I know a handful of you have seen me do this a ton of times. This just helps really define the body of this jig, this fly, and gives the fish, in my opinion, a good mark to strike at. You want to keep some good tension on this as you're doing it. You kind of want this crystal flash in there nice and snug. It's going to help really keep that layered in there. And then once you get to this point here, you want to make sure you're keeping pressure on this, because if you let go of it, it's going to unravel. Now you can recover from that. But it takes some doing to do that. And then you want to really tie that in there nice and tight. Okay. Now when you trim this, you want to trim that in there just as tight as you can get it. Okay. Anything sticking out on this jig, once you apply that UV glue, is there forever. Because that stuff's just like concrete. We'll put that tie in there and then trim that off. So there's the start of a very good fruit fly sister jig, crappie jig. Now, when it comes to building the UV body, you're going to need a couple things. A toothpick is very, very important because it's going to, if you need to kind of get your body formed and stuff, you're going to use a toothpick. The UV drying light is critically important, okay? And then obviously the UV glue itself. Now I use fishing grate soft. It kind of creates a soft body. And I don't know that it's going to make a difference as far as the fish are concerned. You know, are they going to hold on to it longer? You know, I don't think so, to be honest with you. It's just what I use, okay? Because when the fish comes up and smacks this, they're already hooked. I mean, you know, you can tell that this is a very, very loud jig. All right. So I make sure that my light is on, okay? And this is where I go to town, and you're just going to become an artist. You're going to form this body. I like to start right up on top of the head of the jig, and I'm working my way back. And it's just a matter of stacking this UV resin in there. And one thing you want to make sure, though, do not get this resin in the eye of the jig head, because if you do, it's pretty much junk. Now you can take a toothpick end and stick in there. That will help prevent UV glue getting in there. I've kind of gotten to the point where I got good enough, actually, to be honest with you, that I didn't have to once you get that body formed, you want to get this black light on it. Now, these little lights here, they're not going to cure this all the way. I mean, you want to get a UV curing light to set these under, and then it takes about 15 or 20 minutes. Or you can hang them up and let Mother Nature, the sunlight, but it's going to take it a couple days to really get set up nice and tight for you. Okay. But this is a very clean job here. It looks really good. And you can tell. Now, you take this out fishing, especially in cold water, and you hit this with a black light, not a UV resin drying light, but a black light. A UV black light, and it'll charge this, and then this is what's going to allow it to glow. Apologize for the phone ringing. It's probably a spam call anyway. But what you're wanting to do with your black light right now, see how that you can see that formation in there, how that is just all one solid body right there. All of this right here is what's going to glowing under the water with a black light charge. And it'll all depending on the power of your black light. You may get 25, 30 minutes of glowing power. But I think it just goes a long way. So there you go, guys. That is, so the sister to this is a redhead. And then the green green-headed one, and I called them the sisters. But there you go. Make you up some of these. Get you some hackle feather and some crystal flash, and make you up some of these. I think you're going to do really well, and I think you'll enjoy them. They should be pretty productive. It definitely resembles a fruit fly. So, all right, guys, that's what I have tonight for you. Just wanted to jump out there and show you this. Had a great response on it, and I wasn't expecting that, but I'm thrilled. And I'm glad that I was able to jump on here and show you guys how I tie this and how I stack my hackle feather. Again, these are very streamlined. When they get wet, they're very streamlined jigs, and they're top quality jigs, especially for this time of year. So enjoy making them, and don't forget to send me some pictures, whozer.adv@gmail.com. Love to see them. All right, guys, if you liked the video, please do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. It truly helps the channel. And obviously, you know, we're trying to grow our channel and expand it. And if you're inclined, hit that subscription button and notification bell so you know when we're uploading videos. And we'll see you on the next video, guys. And please remember, always be kind. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.